batteries go.
Oh, very
Just
funny.
remember that you hit with the big end.
Oh, the big end.
Well, let's face it, Ross. Athletically, you're pretty limited to flipping through that Rolodex and, well, you know.
Oh, can I come in?
Come in.
Hi, Ed.
Hi.
Come on in.
So we ready? We set? All right.
What is this, midlife crisis?
Hey, my midlife crisis is coming along very nicely. Blame this on Ed. He talked me into it.
Blame what on Ed? We're going to play a little racquetball. We're going to do a little workout in the weight room. We're going to have a little steam. You know, we got to clear the decks before the wedding. It's going to be fun.
Yes.
You know what it is? It's male bonding time.
Listen, where are you girls going to be afterwards, by the way, just in case we decide to join you after the workout?
Well, I don't know. I already turned down dinner with Roger, and he wasn't even sweaty. So go. Bond.
Bye.
Listen, I'm just going to invite a few friends over for ladies' man, okay? Don't pull any important muscles.
Oh, please, please.
All right, look, just beat me. Beat me when you find out if there's numbers on the cash we got from Paul Hardman's traceable, all right? Well, tell the FBI they're wasting their time. There's no way Marla's is involved in this thing. He just must have picked up a few bills that were floating around.
No, I don't think I ever was a party type girl. The things I do for my daughter.
Well, you're a good mom.
You don't know. I am atoning. Previously, I held the world's most abysmal mom title.
I don't believe it.
You have to say that. I'm your boss.
Well, you hired me, didn't you? That's not something the world's most abysmal mom would have done.
Well, all I'm doing is running you ragged. Are you having any fun yet?
No, I love working at the newspaper. I mean, I just love having a job. You don't know how great it is to be able to pay my own way.
Yeah, I think I do know.
Well, I think independence is vastly overrated. I mean, sure, it's great. I love the power thing, playing with the big boys, knowing I was the smartest person in the room. But then I used to go home and I used to sleep with my briefcase. I ask you, how smart is that? Now I have this fabulous man who's totally willing and able to take care of me, and I love him. What's not to love?
Don't mind her. She has these occasional lapses as the wedding draws near.
I know. Twitching.
So, darling, when do the guests arrive?
We're here. This is it.
Just the three of us?
Well, this shell had to dissect a frog, and Bridge has got a lot of troubles of her own, so I figured you two would be perfect to celebrate my getting married with.
All right.
And I guess we should talk about something other than how blissfully happy I am. Something a group of talented, gorgeous, brilliant women would do.
Politics?
Wrong answer. Literature and poetry. Something less cerebral.
We could kick around ideas for new window treatment.
I don't think so.
You make a quilt. Cook a meal, anybody?
Have a seance? Hold it. Wait a minute. I am the guest of honor, right? I choose the activity.
What's she gonna do? This could be frightening. This worries me. Oh, I see. Prepare yourself. I know what's in that box. Girl thing.
Girl.
Now we're gonna have
I've had some of this stuff since the 8th grade. I just can't get rid of it.
Mind
There
boggles.
is a time for women to compete, to be super women. This is not one of them. Tonight we're going to be vapid, shallow, and very, very glamorous.
That's my girl.
Yeah.
What?
Blake Marler. Wow.
Yeah. You know, life is what happens when you got something else planned.
Yeah.
Never really understood that notion until Blake came along.
Yeah, we're getting kind of predictable.
It wasn't that bad, Doc.
No, I mean, but, your idea, wearing a tie pin was kind of living with wild abandon.
Yeah, well, I like to kid around, about how wild and unpredictable that Blake makes things, but it was much more than that. I mean, Used to get so hung up in the minutia of life, the ridiculous details, that I totally missed the big picture until I started seeing things through her eyes. Quite a remarkable change.
I can feel change coming into my life, you know, and it just scares me half to death.
Oh, well, you get over that when you realize that it's like a second chance.
So you're like a changed man now, right?
Well, what do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, I can remember the old Ross, you know, the only guy in a room with a, you know, sports coat on. Everyone else had a suit. It was Hives time. It was That's all behind you now, right?
What the hell is that?
That's a fire alarm, man.
Oh, I gotta get my clothes.
No, you don't have to talk me through your clothes.
Where are mine?
We're gonna burn, Ross! Come on! Wait a minute! No, come on! Come on! Come on! Get out of the building!
All right, I'm coming!
Hurry up! No one touched that up, so sue me!
Gonna wash our hair and paint our lips. Girls' night out. Was my Florida dress. Girls' night out. Ready to get crazy. Girls, listen up. Let's go have some fun. I don't need no man to tell me that I look fine tonight. Tell me something that I don't realize. Gonna get myself together 'cause it's Friday and it's girls' night out. Don't have to wait up for me 'cause I might be out the morning light. If I come home at all.
Hey, somebody man in the towels.
The first date is on the way. Whoops,
Oh,
there you go.
thank you, Fletcher. Thank you very much. But what I'd really like is my trousers.
Fresh out.
Hampton, could you be my friend, please? Could you talk some sense into these guys?
This is completely out of my hands, Ross.
All you can do is just go with it, all right? Go with it. That's right, Ross. What's a little abject humiliation among friends? Come on.
So much. And you have beautiful calf muscles, too.
Never mind. So what do you think?
You are a rat and a traitor.
Yeah, what else is new?
Are those my clothes in there? Could I have my clothes back?
No, you gotta get these back the old-fashioned way. You gotta earn them one piece at a time. You see, this is kind of a bachelor party slash tribute. Slash good old-fashioned roast. Each one of us is gonna get a shot at you, man.
Yeah, and for every one of us that you make it through, you get an article of clothing back, which won't be that easy because some of these prep school boys can be kind of rough, I understand.
Yeah. So, you see, if you take your medicine like a man, which is highly unlikely, by the end of the evening, you will once again be the impeccably dressed, dapper Ross we have come to love and make fun of behind his back.
Physician, heal thyself. You know, I could be having as much fun if I was dressed like the rest of you. Oh,
You just got through telling me in there that you're above all this button-down conservative stuff.
Where's Blake? Blake is involved in this, isn't she?
Oh, right. I'm going to trust Blake with a secret like this. Yeah.
very good point. Wise choice, Doctor.
But actually, I'm going to call the girls now at the carriage house, see if they want to get in on the...
Hold on. Wait, Ed, could you wait until I've earned my trousers back?
Oh, Henry.
Yes, Ross. I accepted Ed's invitation because I've known you since you were a teenager, but I must say I'm having difficulty equating the man they're roasting tonight with the man who may well destroy my daughter's happiness tomorrow morning.
I saw that coming, you see. You can never completely get away from your work.
It's difficult facing Henry knowing what Vanessa's going through. You know, Detective, I feel like I have all the dignity of a turnip right now. You're ringing.
See, I opened my mouth too soon. Excuse me. Yeah, cut her here. Hold on, wait a minute.
Come here. Come stand in between us. We'll keep going. No.
You gotta be kidding.
My towel.
How is it?
Don't dance.
Were you in the dark room when the guy was developing the pictures from me and Bridget? I turned you on? I was just doing my job. Oh, is that what you call it? I'm a lawyer. Oh, figures.
Yes, you do. Care for a beer, dude?
Ask your friend.
Look, the only reason I'm not gonna let you two get into it is I don't want Dylan to get blood on his tux.
Let's go, baby.
In my wall.
All right, let's get this show on the road. We got a lot of people who want to talk, a lot of people, and a guest of honor who's got a lot of clothes to put on.
Yeah, what's that? You got
So come on, grab a little breeze. Sit down, everyone get a chair, and let's get started.
Aren't you glad to be seated?
Speak quickly.
Yeah.
Chilly and rock and roll.
Well, I seem to have stumbled into a bachelor party for my son-in-law to be. Apparently, my invitation got lost in the mail.
Not worse for everybody. Talk about taking an advantage, huh?
There you go.
Well, I want to tell you, though, being Ross's campaign manager was very interesting. It was very exciting, as a matter of fact. Well, not just for me, for him, too. I mean, everything happened during the campaign. I mean, Ross had not seen so much action in the previous year. I mean, we had political infighting, we had intrigue, we had scandal, we had, whoa, young, beautiful women.
Singular woman, please. Oh, yeah, right. Woman. No, not woman, your wife.
Well, not yet. Slow down. And whatever you say, counselor, since you're not under oath, we'll believe you. But anyway, I remember Ross told me that he insisted to getting some money's worth from me, that he wanted intense media coverage. He wanted radio, he wanted TV, he wanted newspapers, he wanted covers of national magazines, and I got it for him. Unfortunately, it was a National Inquisitor. I'm sorry, excuse me. Life is not perfect, is it, as we all know here in Springfield. Anyway, look, congratulations. You got the girl, a woman. Unfortunately, she's half of your age. Where is your decency? Thank goodness Ed has a good cardiac unit at Cedars. You're gonna need it, buddy. All right, listen, I think I've abused you long enough, so eeny, meeny, miny, something small. Okay, let's pass him along, one accessory, okay? Huh? What do you say?
Next. Put it on. Got a lot of speeches coming up. Seriously.
I know. See, I met Ross when I was still in law school, and I thought I knew everything there was to know, but he quickly disabused me of that notion.
Of course he did.
Oh, yeah. We all know Ross. Yeah, he knocked me down a few pegs. He also taught me, and he challenged me, and he pushed me to reach my potential. And I have to say that that's what makes the difference. It's not so much of the fact that I am a lawyer, but it's just the type of lawyer that I am. It's because of Ross Mahler.
Yeah.
Now, if you could only, this Ross Mahler, now, if you could only tell me his secret with women.
There we go.
I want to know, Ron.
Ginseng.
I don't want his secret, I want his women.
Congratulations.
No, I'm telling you. Now, this was a big deal interview, all right? Dignitaries, the whole 9 yards. And there's Ross, acting like a true politician, working the room, smiling, kissing babies, shaking everybody's hand. Right? The camera starts to roll. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Ross turns around. The baby pukes. All down.
Not as good as me.
Thank God.
Sure. Anyway, there was this one time that we were all playing football, and I noticed that Ross had hurt his back. And but because he was in front of all the guys and everything, he he just kind of shrugged it off and said no big deal and all that. But hey, 30 minutes later, his back was completely gone. He was kind of hunched over like this. He was frozen. We couldn't straighten him out. And wondering how are we going to get him on that minivan.
You got it. Yeah. You
I try to think of marriage as a sort of journey, which you're taking in tandem with somebody else. So you can't just pedal along by yourself, because everything you do will affect the person you're working with and loving. Now, I know even a bright man like you is going to make mistakes, Ross. I know because I've made them myself. And therefore I know what to do about it. When you make a mistake, try to learn from it. Try to forgive yourself for making it. And then the hard part, get on with your life. Now you and Blake are standing at the start of one of these extraordinary voyages. And you're full of hope. And I sincerely wish you every happiness in the world.
We trying to class this thing up here?
All right, who's the next speaker? Who wants to speak?
Oh, no.
Thank you, Henry. Actually, I have a few words for the prospective groom. After all, I am going to be your father-in-law.
I think Blake is right. What has being the smartest person in a room ever really done for you?
Confidence and self-esteem, darling.
Ah, darling, give me the good old days when all a woman had to do was look good and cook a good meal. That's all I do. Ross loves it.
What do you mean? You cook?
Well, 1 out of 2 ain't bad.
It's true.
Microwave. No, but seriously, you may never power lunch again, but this talk of being an empty-headed Stepford wife, come on.
Mister.
Cool. The truth of the matter is that she has found herself a first-class guy, and she didn't sabotage it this time. She didn't act like a needy child. No, it's true. You're much happier and you're much more secure these days, and I'd say it's because you stopped trying so hard to get somebody to love you and you started loving yourself.
Yes, I hugged my inner child, Mom. I'm okay and you're okay.
Oh, shut up. No, it's true. And you have made your very shallow and very glamorous mother very happy.
I agree with you. I can see that confidence in you, too. I mean, I wish I had the same thing. I'm so busy turning myself inside out trying to be what everybody else wants. I don't even know what it is that I want.
Yeah, been there.
Oh, come on now. You have a job and you took a step away from Sir Josh.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I just can't believe this is the longest I've ever been without a man. And what is it, a month?
All right. I feel that as the official elder of the group, I should dispense a little sage advice.
Okay.
If I may at least speak from personal experience.
Mm-hmm.
The fact is that you can get a lot of satisfaction from a career. I know this. And I think it's very smart of you to try to figure out who you are independent of anybody else. That's what I've done. And that's why I find myself now ready for a real grown-up relationship. Of course, the trouble is I just keep falling in love with Roger Thorpe. And,
Too much deep thinking and not enough mischief. What say you? We'll go on over to that club and liven up what's probably a very dull evening.
Oh, we're having so much fun, girls'
You
night
just want
in.
to flaunt your fiancé.
Oh, come on. We can't pass up this opportunity to peek into the boys' club.
I don't know. I could
Very
pass up on it, you know?
I think we should do this. I mean, we've eaten enough. We're about to throw up, and the point is, we look fabulous.
Fabulous.
Fabulous, darling.
And how often does this happen?
Not very often, darling. Here, take your mustache. Okay, darling. Well, you know what?
What?
Second thought. Maybe this is not a very good idea.
What do you mean?
Well, I don't want to be one of those wives who won't let her husband have a day with
please.
boys.
It's not that kind
He's
of
not
thing.
your husband yet.
Come on. Oh, come on. You don't really mean that. Clever girl. Such a clever girl. Do you know what she's doing, don't you?
If this turns out to be a bad idea, you can say that we talked you into it, right?
Well, I don't
Do you
know
understand
what
how her
you're
small,
talking
devious
about.
mind really
It's
works?
a small little devious Come on, girls. Come on.
All right,
We're
we go.
going.
Come on, girls' night out. Let's show them how it's done.
Well, this has been very festive so far, hasn't it? Some people say
There's nothing he can
that I
say
don't
that will bother
approve of
me.
the choice my daughter has made. That's probably true. Some people say that you're too old for my daughter. Well, that's probably true. Some people say that Ross Marler is not the saint that he makes himself out to be, and that's probably true. But what is most certainly true is that if you ever bring dishonor or unhappiness to my daughter, I will make you regret it for the rest of your life.
The FBI, open the door. Oh, all right, open her up. Open it. This is the FBI.
You know, you're making a big mistake, pal. I tell you, Ross Marler isn't a thief.
it's Ed. Listen, why don't you guys come over to the club as soon as possible?
I'm telling you, he probably got it as change someplace. I mean, the money's floating around all over town.
Search the place.
Hey, Easy does it, all right?
You're buddies with this guy, right? If you can't do your job, you say so now. Because if Marler is guilty, we are going to throw the book at him.
The guy was a DA. He cleaned the police force up from top to bottom. They think of him as Mother Teresa in a button-down shirt.
Makes it easier for him to steal from them, doesn't it? Look, he wouldn't be the first good guy to go bad. You tell me how it happens that a saint like that spreads that much dirty money all over town.
Let me tell you all about the journey of a straight and narrow defense attorney. He was clean, Mr. Clean. He earned the title, but what he didn't know was there was gonna be another bridal shower in this town. Clean took on a new client. It was a kid who was mostly defiant. Clean shook his hand like a man put him on a stand and said, here's a new way to fight it. Now you see the kids in the journey. Or at least so they say on the journey. But you never know how it's gonna go, so just wait for the verdict, said Clean. Your Honor, we the jury find the defendant. Too late, the snake made her wait. So long she could have fell off his plate. Now he gave me a job, so I can't turn my back. I just hope she don't give Ross a heart attack. Get down. Come on, Ross, you gotta get down with this.
Nothing, Detective. We've turned the whole place inside out.
Huh. Well, this is going to cost you feds a little money. You know, there's nothing that I hate more than dirty lawyers and dirty cops. I'm telling you, this guy's on the side of the angels.
I got something.
Rockland Savings and Loan.
That's it. Looks like your friend's been missing choir practice.
So Ross and I have been dear friends for a lot longer than either one of us would care to admit. But when research was being done for this evening, and Ross, believe me, research was done. I discovered some new things about Ross that I would like to share with all of you.
Everything.
No. Now, Shakespeare had his 7 ages of man. Well, we have the 4 ages of Ross Marler tonight, our guest of honor. So let's start with the first one, shall we?
Yes.
I kind of figured that they should have given Ross's parents a clue right off the bat what the future held in store for their little boy. I mean, imagine if the National Inquisitor had gotten a hold of this. How long would the fig leaf have lasted? Really? You know what I mean?
That's the old deer caught in the headlights.
That's it. All right, let's see the second one. Here we have Defender of the Weak and the Downtrodden. It's not a bad disco costume for the late 70s. All right, let's go to the third. Here we go. Now, see, this is the year that Ross's career suddenly veered in an unexpected direction because he had a new manager this year who put him in the leadoff slot. And for the first 10 games, our Ross was batting .555. He was 20 for 36. He had 17 runs batted in and 18 runs scored.
You did research.
Yes, I did. But see, this is also the year that Ross decided to opt for the financial security of the legal profession. And here he is, graduate. Our graduate. But of course, little did he know that in 1994, dummy, you could have been making $3 million for batting .211 in the majors. And of course, if you could still get around the base paths.
Yeah, without oxygen.
But we're all glad you made the choice you did, because there are probably very few people in this room whose lives have not been affected in one way or another.
Don't come near me.
I am. One way or another by you. I mean, if they haven't come to you for legal advice, they've come to you for friendly advice. You may not have given them the answers they wanted, but they certainly went away knowing that you were a man of integrity, honesty, courage. You're my hero. You're a hero to all of us, so let's hoist a glass to Ross Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you. You're picking up the check because I'm not.
Okay, couple.
Oh, there's more. I don't know who's in charge of this. Not my responsibility. I don't know what's going on. I wish I'd thought about it. Ross, we got a problem. Oh, please.
Ross, you're under arrest for grand larceny and extortion. You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer any questions. Anything you say may be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to consult an attorney.
I'm an attorney.
And to have an attorney present during any questioning, now and in the future. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided without cost. Do you understand?
To my hero.
Thank you all.
You all this lovely bride to be.
That's right.
Thank you.
All right, cuff him.
Huh?
What? Cuff him.
What is this?
You're under arrest for grand larceny.
Sorry, you're too late already, Detective Clever, because Blake has already...
You have the right to remain silent and refuse to answer any questions. Anything you say may be used against you.
Oh, they got him off the streets.
You have the right to consult an attorney before speaking to the police, and to have an attorney present during any questioning now and in the future. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be provided for you without cost.
Bachelor party.
If you do not have an attorney available to you, you have the right to remain silent until you have the opportunity to consult one.
Not smiling.
Now that I have advised you of your rights, you are willing to answer questions without an attorney present. Do you understand?